Most people think a personal assistant just manages calendars, picks up dry cleaning, or grabs coffee. But when you work for a billionaire, that job becomes something else entirely. It's 24/7, unpredictable, high pressure, and extremely private. You're on call day and night across time zones, across continents. Every second in a billionaire's life is worth thousands of dollars. So the assistant becomes a gatekeeper, deciding what's urgent, what's important, and what can wait. They filter emails, take phone calls, handle meetings, and sometimes even attend them, not to speak. Personal assistants often run the entire personal side of a billionaire's life, planning surprise parties for family, booking medical appointments with specialists months in advance, sending gifts to world leaders' spouses. They remember birthdays, anniversaries, even the name of a billionaire's third-grade teacher, because every detail matters. Relationships are assets, and it's often the assistant who maintains them. When something goes wrong, a PR nightmare, a failed deal, a health scare, a scandal, it's often the assistant who gets the first call. Some are former military, trained in protocol and operational secrecy. Some earn over $250,000 per year, with bonuses, cars, housing, even profit shares. Others are flown first class or by private jet, put up in luxury hotels, and live in billionaire compounds. But here's the secret. Most assistants don't do it for the money. They do it for the proximity to power, the access, the knowledge, the experience that few jobs in the world could ever give. They're not hired for looks or charm. They're hired for competence, the ability to get anything done, no matter what. Whether it's planning a $10 million wedding in 2 weeks, finding a missing briefcase in Singapore, or getting a custom suit delivered to a yacht in Sardinia, the answer must always be, it's handled. They don't panic. They solve. They call the right fixer, coordinate with PR firms, get lawyers on the line, and manage everything behind the scenes before the public even notices something happened. You see strategy at the highest level. You meet CEOs, world leaders, visionaries. You sit in rooms where empires are made. And even if your name never goes on the building, you were there when it was built. No one ever knows they were involved. Exhausting, demanding. It requires absolute dedication. You miss holidays. You cancel dates. You work while sick. You answer calls at 3 a.m. You do the job of 10 people perfectly while never being seen. And for many, that's the point. They don't want fame, they want impact. Quiet power, and the satisfaction of knowing that behind every billionaire move. But to absorb information, take action notes, and follow up with surgical precision. Assistants are trusted with private emails, prenups, family drama, and secrets that could shake stock prices. NDAs are mandatory. One word to the wrong person, and they're out, or worse, sued. Many assistants sign lifetime confidentiality agreements, and while they witness luxury, most people can imagine. From $500,000 shopping sprees to royal dinner invitations, they can share a single photo, a single story, or a single name. 1 minute, you're booking a last-minute jet to Geneva. If the boss wakes up in Paris and decides to fly to Tokyo tonight, the assistant has to make it happen. Secure flight clearance, arrange security, prepare local staff, adjust schedules, all within hours. They know preferences down to how their boss likes their coffee in different cities, what temperature the room should be set at, what color flowers should be on the table. It's not guesswork, it's precision service. The next, you're arranging a private dinner for 20 guests with dietary restrictions no one can pronounce. You're not just doing tasks, you're reading moods. You know when to speak, when to stay quiet, when to push, and when to back off. The assistant often becomes a trusted confidant, someone who's been there through lawsuits, divorces, buyouts, and breakdowns. And through it all, they stay professional. Always behind the curtain, never part of the spotlight. You become the go-to person for everything, from business coordination to personal emergencies. And you can ever afford to drop the ball. You're no longer just organizing someone's life. You're helping operate an empire. And behind every billionaire, there's often a quiet force making the impossible run smoothly. A personal assistant who does way more than anyone realizes. They coordinate travel plans down to the second. Private aviation, black car service, VIP immigration handling. Armored vehicles in certain countries. They check hotel rooms for security risks before their boss arrives. They liaise with staff across multiple properties, chefs, pilots, nannies, stylists, trainers, and security. Everything must be seamless. One mistake could ruin a deal, damage a reputation, or cost millions. Being a billionaire's assistant isn't a 9-to-5 job. They handle legal documents, work with private banks, and manage passwords to encrypted accounts. In some cases, the assistant knows more about the billionaire's portfolio than the billionaire does. They're the bridge between teams, lawyers, accountants, and advisors, all working silently to keep the empire intact. The truth is, a billionaire's personal assistant doesn't just manage schedules, they protect time. Many billionaire assistants are more like project managers. Some assistants manage secret investments, coordinate business meetings across 5 time zones, or even attend confidential negotiations. And it's not just business. Discretion isn't a skill in this job. It's a survival requirement. Some billionaire assistants don't just organize, they anticipate. This role takes a level of loyalty and emotional intelligence most people don't even develop in a lifetime. What most people don't know is that assistants also handle crisis management. Many assistants come from elite universities, speak multiple languages, and have backgrounds in finance, law, or logistics. And yes, they're compensated accordingly. 6-figure salaries are standard, because when you work that closely with a billionaire, you learn how they think, how they move, how they win. But it's not a glamorous life. It's lonely. There was someone who made it possible. That someone was the assistant.